Hi guys, my name is Vartik. I am a marketing expert. I have my expertise in digital marketing and social media. And I've been doing this for a couple of years now, 5 to 6 years. I started in my school and I'm still on it, and I'll tell you more about all this.
What does entrepreneurship mean to you?
To me, it means plenty of things. To point out a few, it means freedom. So you get to be your own boss. That is the number one thing that people come into entrepreneurship for. And for me as well, freedom is very important. I get to structure my own time. I get to work as I want to. There's no foundation. There's no, well, I won't say there's no accountability, because you have to be accountable. Otherwise, that is the difference between a great entrepreneur and a legendary entrepreneur, I would say. And the other things that come in are basically you get your thrill. The adrenaline rush that you get from entrepreneurship is something I don't find anywhere else. So you gotta find what gives you the most thrill, what's your passion. And for me, entrepreneurship is the passion. And and entrepreneurship for me also gives meaning to my life, actually. So for people it may be art, it may be sports. For me it comes through entrepreneurship, and I feel like I have a purpose, and that is why I'm into entrepreneurship. So
Social impact.
when you're an entrepreneur, you're basically a leader. You're therefore creating an impact on the society. So I see it could be a positive impact that you can put through in the society, and that's where the social responsibility comes in. You just don't want to run after money and making profits. That's not what entrepreneurship is. If you're thinking that is entrepreneurship, I think you should think twice about coming into this field. For me, entrepreneurship comes with a sense of social responsibility and ethics. And if you're into entrepreneurship, be there for making a positive change. If you create value for others, there won't be no stopping you from being a successful entrepreneur. Yeah. So there are a lot of struggles for a student when he first comes into entrepreneurship. You have to juggle between studies, you have to juggle between your personal development, your health, your parents at home, making projects, and also when the another responsibility comes in, like entrepreneurship. I understand it gets a bit taxing and it can be scary at first. You'll always be like, should I go for it? My studies might get affected, something else might get affected. I'll start after I complete my education. But I think if you're into entrepreneurship, if you're interested, the moment that this thought comes into your mind, you should start right there and then. You shouldn't wait for anyone. No one's going to come to help you, and there's no right time in entrepreneurship. Just start when it feels like.
What are your biggest challenges?
So the challenges that you face being a student entrepreneur is basically teachers coming to you and scolding you and thrashing you for not being present in classes, not completing your homework in time. However, if you supportive teachers, like I had really supportive teachers, they supported me through the thick and thin that I was in. They helped me with my attendance, they helped me with any resources that I needed, and they were so damn supportive. So I think when you go out there, come out to your teachers, tell them that you're interested in these things, and they will understand. Even if they don't understand, you need to understand that they're wrong and you're right. Whatever comes to you is right, and if you go with that positive attitude, there's nothing stopping you from becoming a successful entrepreneur.
Why don't you tell me about why you chose to study literature and how it helped you?
So it's very interesting that people have this conception that literature people can't actually go on and manage their own business or be entrepreneurs. I think it's very funny in 21st century where you have a lot of entrepreneurs coming in from various different fields. So for me, I think business is everywhere, across fields. It's in art, it's in literature, it's in sports, it's in science, it's in commerce, obviously. So business, I think it's a very diverse field. It's not restricted to commerce, so the stereotype has to go away at some point, and we are here to do that. And you can make business out of art, you can make business out of content, you can make business out of writing, painting, you can make business out of sports, and we see a lot of this happening around. So I think it's time we stop stereotyping business to just restrict to commerce. So it's there everywhere. It's ubiquitous.
Sorry, again, what's good about marketing?
So I pay most attention to traditional things like caring, love, spreading, being genuine to your customers. As long as you're truthful, that is the best marketing strategy that you can have. If you're trying to cheat someone, or trying to make a fake brand image of yourself which is not true to your core identity, it's going to get you customers for a while, but they're not going to stay. So you're not in there for a sustainable business if you're there to trick through your marketing strategy. So be genuine, be truthful, be nice, add value to other people, and that is where you get going. So India is a vibrant country, and you get so many problems. There are so many cultures in this one small little country. It's the 7th largest. I shouldn't call it small though. So it has a lot of opportunities for you. In the south, you have different problems that you can solve. In the north, you have different problems that you can solve. In the middle, in Madhya Pradesh and cities like Pune and Maharashtra, you have different problems. And so across the topography and the terrain, you have different sort of problems. There's a lot of chaos, and the way we manage all that chaos and put it into structure, it's exceptional. I think even international countries like you find in Europe, England, you find you go to the west, to the US, I think even they are not able to manage all that chaos. So we do it the best, and that is our strength, and we should live to our strength. So the good thing about doing business in India is that you have so many problems and so many different solutions, and you have a creative set of people that can solve all those problems. So Jugaad is, I think it comes down to creativity, to finding cheap ways of executing problems that you face on a day-to-day basis. I've seen so many people in India working on small budgets and creating a lot of value from that small budget. You get like 10 rupees and you can make so many things out of that 10 rupees, which is, I think it's a mark of creativity and how creative Indians can get. However, the Jugaad also comes with the koi nahi chalta hai attitude, which shouldn't be there. I think it makes you lazy, and you shouldn't go to that side of the Jugaad. I stick to the creative part of Jugaad, and I think it will take you a lot ahead in life. You work on your efficiency, you work on productivity through Jugaad, and I think it's a positive. I don't look at it as anything negative. I think it's the man in the news. It's going to be Elon Musk for me. I think he is exceptional. He is an innovator. I don't like his presentation skills actually, because he actually messed up a bit at the Cybertruck presentation, but I think that went viral and it had so many pre-orders, and I think he's exceptional. He has the most amazing marketing skills just to put that paint a design that looked like it was drawn in paint into a car, and it worked. And I think it's the best guy to have dinner with, share your dinner with, I think. One thing I've seen a lot in my circle, and when I speak to my juniors, and they talk about how they find entrepreneurship as an escape from studies and knowledge and education, and they don't want to stop studying and then get into entrepreneurship. I want to make one thing clear, that when you're in entrepreneurship, you don't put an end to studying, but you subscribe to a lifelong studying and researching and basically developing your skills. So it's a lifelong process. You're in for a lot more hard work and toil that you're going to put in entrepreneurship than going to a structured college and a postgraduate degree where you have an end to study. But in entrepreneurship, there's no end. You have to study constantly. Even I read a lot of books, and there's no end to actually studying in entrepreneurship. So one thing should be clear: you are not here for being lazy. You're not just going to make a lot of money just without putting in the hard work. There's no shortcut. You have to study, you have to work hard, you have to be an executor, you have to be a go-getter. After some point of time, you won't have any motivation, but you'll have to speak to yourself, get out there and work. So that is what entrepreneurship comes in with. Just go out there, just work, just see. You will fail a lot of times, but that is how you learn. So I think my advice in one word would be, just go out and just try. Get your hands dirty, and that is how you learn.